All right, it is the 3rd of July and there's a ton of traffic in every direction. So we're back on the coping box today. I really wanted to go to a skate park or something, but it's just gonna take forever to get there. So we'll save that for tomorrow or the next day. Today, I have 2 goals. I want to land my backside unity to fakie, turning left off the end. I know I've done it a bunch of times, doing a 270 out, which is turning right. And technically it should be easier turning the other way out. It's just for some reason scarier to me because it's unnatural. And same thing with my back farv. For some reason I can 270 out of that pretty easily, but turning left out to fakie just kind of eluded me. But today, that's what we're doing. Then after that, probably work on some switch ups and maybe skate the flat side. Oh, also, I put on the big old Faction tactical sole plates. They are a few millimeters bigger, and the spot where U Royale, like the actual groove, is a few millimeters wider. So that way, it's a little bit easier to do Royales. Only by like 1 or 2 millimeters, but it does make a difference, especially on coping. These sole plates always slide really well, so don't really gotta worry about that. And I think the whole thing looks way better. I think that's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna warm up with acid grinds. I feel like that has taken over my sole in terms of being my easiest and most safety trick. So let's put these wrist guards on and get after it. I need to get a different way to mount my mic because when I put it in my pocket right here, it looks wild on camera. Like it's just flopping around because my shirt is so loose. Maybe I get an armband and then just hook it onto that. Okay, like I said, we're gonna start with a few acid grinds and then we'll go right into back unity. Definitely need some wax. All right, I think I'm just gonna go for it. We didn't commit all the way. All right, now I'm missing the lock because I'm focusing so much on jumping out. I need to get up there, get stable, and then with intention and urgency, jump out spinning. What the hell? So I'm spinning too much. When I'm jumping off, I'm going from here to, wait, what I can't even tell how I'm landing right now. See, the problem is I'm right here and I'm jumping off sideways because when I'm sliding, my shoulders are too straight. So I'm sliding straight forward like this. And then when I go to jump off, I land like this. But if I were to slide more turned, then I jump off, land like that. All right, here it is, next 3 tries. Almost. Probably my best one yet. Still not good. I just gotta suck up my knees a little bit and I got it. Less jump, more spin. I don't like it. All right, I'd say that's a good start from never doing it to landing it really shitty a bunch of times. I'm gonna do one more 270 out and then we gotta do the same thing with farves. Time to do farv, 270 out and regular 180 out to fakie. For some reason, this one's also easier, 270 for me. I can do Mizu, jumping out left to fakie. Not very good at it, but I've done it a bunch of times. So I think I'm gonna warm up with that and then go straight into the farv to fakie. Oh yeah, we got that. Next 3 attempts, we're getting it perfect. All right, well, we got one kind of nice one. All right, 3 more. I'm gonna give myself 3 more tries at the triple switch up, but we'll have to save that for another day. I did it. Well, I did it again. I think the first one might have been better, but whatever. I'm gonna breathe and then we'll talk. Okay, so I really do prefer these sole plates. They feel a lot better. They're a few millimeters bigger, and where they're big is the big difference. On the stock sole plates, they're bigger in the front and narrow in the back. On these V1 tactical sole plates, they're bigger in the back, narrow in the front. And I find that I keep a lot of weight on my heel, especially for sole tricks and backside tricks. I prefer to have the big wing at the back rather than more sole plate at the front. Just feels more balanced for me personally. I also have the liner lined up. I also have no laces in the liner. I just have the boot lined up, and then the laces go through the cuff of the liner. And the 45 strap has been working absolutely wonderfully. My feet don't hurt at all. They feel very fresh. This fit is pretty much just as good as my Omnis now. I felt no pressure, no pain. The little pressure points I had around the 6-toe area, that's already working itself out. That didn't hurt at all today. I was able to land a brand new double switch up that I've never done before, the Farv to sole to back unity. I landed back unity and back Farv to fakie the regular way, which for me is the hard way. So I'm very happy about that. We just have to keep doing that every single time we skate. I didn't do any of my topside tricks, and I didn't do really much of my sole tricks. Just ran through my switch ups at the end, which felt really good. To be able to do most of those switch ups first try was outstanding. I was shocked that I got the Farv to sole first try. That's why I ended up going for Farv to sole to back unity. You got to take advantage of things when you're feeling really good with it, because I don't always feel that good with that trick. So if there was going to be any day that I was taking that into a third switch up, it was today. So it's nice to be expanding my palette of triple grinds and expanding the different directions that I can land fakie. Obviously it still looks really bad, but what do you expect on the first day landing like that? I should have been doing that a long time ago. But over the next couple weeks, we should get that very dialed in, and it should make for a lot better looking street clips, because landing fakie in the street always looks a lot better. On the coping box, it's fine, because typically what you look for on a coping box is being like perfectly balanced and coming off the end. But on a street spot, it's all about style. So that's how I try to separate the two things in my head. When I'm skating street, it's not about being as technical as I can possibly be. It's about trying to make art within myself and my skates. When I'm on the coping box, it's just training, just pure practice, running drills, working on holes in my game, and trying to add new levels. I'm making a promise to you guys right now. Within the next 10 videos, I will be skating transition. I promise. I don't care if I have to show up alone in a full bubble and just throw myself down some ramps. I'm gonna do it. I found a mini ramp that's like 2 feet tall. It's more like a micro mini ramp, and I think I'm gonna try to learn on that one. I can already drop in on like 4-foot mini ramps, but dropping in, I don't feel super stable. I just drop in, you know what I mean? It doesn't really feel like skating transition. I really need to learn how to pump back and forth. I can do little carves, and I did 180s to fakie and regular on quarter pipes, but that all felt like shit, and that was like a year ago now. So we're basically gonna take it from starting from scratch mentality. That's why I wanna just go to a mini ramp and focus the entire session on that. Because now that I know more tricks and I'm doing more stuff, sometimes I get caught up in my own head where I'm like, I didn't do the grinds that I wanted to do today. Like, I'm kind of bummed out that I didn't do any of my topside grinds today. But that doesn't even matter, you know what I mean? I did all of them the other day, 2 days ago, and tomorrow I can do all of them if I want to, so not a huge deal. But the next coping box session, we're gonna work on 1-foot tricks and royales. We definitely need to dial in our royales on coping. We got our royales pretty good on flat ledges, but that's because, oddly enough, front royales are easier on flat ledges than they are in coping because you slide on the sole plate, which is farther out than the groove, so the angle is easier. You just have to push your foot over less. That's pretty much it. But when you do it on coping, you sit right inside the backside groove, which takes a good amount of width off. So that spot right there is harder. I can show you guys right now. That's how you slide on ledges, and that's how you slide on coping. Ledges, coping. Not a huge difference, but I definitely notice a difference because I go very toe heavy. So a lot of times when I'm doing a royale, I push my toes forward to try to get some like weight over the deck, and that's when my front wheel goes over the coping and touches down into the wood. I have to retrain myself to be perfectly balanced right on the center. But when I'm on street spots, I feel pretty comfortable doing royales because I can just lay my entire boot on there and set slide it. But with that being said, I am an absolute puddle, so I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my July 3rd. You guys have a great July 4th, and I'll see you guys next time.